Hi. I'm just starting to think, should I start a wee video where, like, a wee James Bond thing? Maybe. It's like copyright and stuff like that. So, this is going to be the first video without any comments and everything else and stuff. Talking about comments, I got one on the last one that I deleted. Because it's kind of nasty. I was basically talking about age, and I think he added a few years on me. So, but it made me think about this topic. And as I say, I make these videos not for anyone in specific. I just make it because it's just me yakking away. Now, it was a comment about being old and probably into DC comics and stuff like that, and I don't know, it's like act your age sort of thing. I say that with this stuff on. So and I've tried to explain myself through the last all these videos. Now, so I'm just going to I'm going to try and put it all in the one package. And again, probably nobody will watch that, or 10 videos later and they'll say the same thing, but at least I know I've got the video done for this subject. Age. Am I too old for DC? Am I too old for this and that? Am I too old by the way I'm carrying on with wristbands and stuff like that? So how can I put it? It's passion. Okay. Here's my life. Grew up not a very confident kid. Hard of hearing, didn't know that at the time, couldn't really hear well. Didn't think me with other kids because of a lack of hearing. It wasn't until I found out later. But at the time, confidence is gone. Went through school, a wee bit more just myself sort of stuff. And then came but when it came to, partying outside school, I was crazy, I was mad. Before I was about 20, my mother had died. Now, every person suffers a loss at some point. I'd started to lose family by the age of 18. Which, to you guys, some of you out there probably lost it a lot younger and everything else, but there's still that because you're only 18, 17 or 16 that there's no age that you can cope with the loss of a parent as well. You look at Carrie Fisher, and the relationship with her and her mother and her daughter and stuff like that. Robbie Williams, a comedian, he was suffering from, things with his dad and stuff like that, or mum, and, he had a breakdown and mental health. And I'll get back to that mental health the next time. And before I was like 21, 20, I would say about before I was 22, 23, I'd lost basically all of my family. So my 20s was very hard to get through. I was suddenly whisked into this life of trying to figure out where to go from there and how to cope, and I don't drink, don't smoke and stuff like that, but thanks to stuff that I read, like the DC comics and my fiction, I threw myself into my passions that I enjoyed, that kept me looking forward to the next thing, looking forward to the next movie. Now, when Lord of the Rings came out, my father was a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and he died a year before the film came out. And sitting there watching it, it was like you're sitting there watching it. You wish he was there watching it with you. And there's a lot of people just now where directors are sending these films to these people that are not going to make it to the film. They just want to see the film before they die and everything else. And in life, you need passion. You need something to go for, something to keep you going, no matter what it is. Some people throw themselves into supporting football teams, into supporting, we're going to win, and they put their heart and soul in, and they get emotionally upset and stuff. Now, me being not interested in sport, whatever, or what team, because the area I grew up in, it was like it was right one team against the other, Protestants, Catholics, and whatnot, fights, the lot. Put me off of football with the bigotry that was involved, and so I threw myself into this sort of geeky sort of neck of the woods. I was into rock music. I used to wear like Death Chains and everything. So for a long period of time, I was mixed up and stuff like that, as you would normally be. But I still never touched the drink, and I never still touched the alcohol and stuff like that. Alcohol and or cigarettes or drugs or whatever. So you just throw yourself into passion. Now, so the 20s, I feel like it never happened in my 20s. But I still managed to go out every weekend and go to dancing and have some fun and stuff like that. Now, then internet came along, games have came along and stuff like that. The game universe has like gotten bigger and better, and you just feel like, and every father is like this, especially with the kids. The men are always the sort of fun, sort of the men are always sort of the fun things with the kids, right? We are the dafties when it comes to playing with the kids, so there is still young in us, and for me, I look now at people and I see them. I don't see age anymore. I don't, when I was younger and see an old man on the dance floor, I went, oh God almighty, look at how old he is. But that is very young. So for people to make that statement has to come from a young guy. Because an older man can tell you, and really it is true, no matter what age you are, you're still deep down that 18, 17-year-old kid. Now granted, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are teens and everything else, and 20 and very emotional and stuff like that. But I want to still be as passionate about DC and my projects when I'm 80. My grandfather was in his late 80s before he died, and he was always game for a laugh. He was more fun than your typical teenager that always has to worry about what he's wearing, how he presents himself. But as you get older, you care less what people think. I've got people that can't, young ones in my work that can't have hair anywhere. I've got young ones that has to go to the gym or has to, have the sort of fake tan in the eyelashes. And I mean, this is guys, But it's anything. And now you have in work these mental health people and stuff, because there's a lot of, from people coming back from war, there's mental health issues everywhere. God, America's got psychiatrists for everything. But that is what we need to do. We need to, mental health is good, so you've got to have some sort of release. And as far as DC Comics has been going about, that is the one thing I've enjoyed reading it, and from the start to the end, and I hope it's ageless. And I still watch the cartoons, and you got Kevin Smith, and let's think about Zack Snyder. How old is Zack Snyder? How old is Kevin Smith? But they still get excited and they still get emotional watching stuff like Flash. So I hope I've still got that passion for when I'm older. Maybe when I'm older and I'm left alone, I'll have that sort of stuff I can get excited with and pass down. Because you all love the grandparents, don't we? Kids love the grandparents. Why? Because they're so young upstairs as well, that they've gotten rid of all the adult stuff. All the thing about being a parent. They're too serious. But the grandpas and grandmas of the world, they're just as crazy. So it's so I don't know. I mean, I apologise for anybody that's thinking, you know, I've tried to explain myself in the last few videos about, you know, what kind of person I am and why I don't like Marvel or why I don't like... it's, you like what you like, okay? I am not going to, unlike all the other YouTube channels and people that actually do it for a living and have the green screen and stuff, I'm just putting it out there, you know, what I like, what I love and stuff like that. And I know some people were a wee bit annoyed. Oh, I didn't go and see Infinity. It's my choice, really. I've watched all the other Marvel movies. They didn't float my boat. They just didn't. It's not my heroes. It's not my cartoon. It's like, you know, it's like watching a genre that you just don't like sci-fi or something. It's just your own taste. And if that's only 2 films in the cinema, then I'm going to go, no, I can't be bothered watching that. I'd rather just watch that at home and video. But if it's somebody that's important to you, you know, Batman, Superman, whatever, that means something to you as you were growing up, that's a completely different story. You want to see that. You know, and hopefully when I'm 80 and maybe they'll do Batman and Superman again, I can get excited again. So let's forget about... I mean, I've been collecting comics since probably the majority of the viewers in here before they were born. You know, before there was like comic shops really over in the UK. You know, we had to buy them in newsagent or order them or and stuff like that. So that's been with me since a boy. That was something that I've been doing for years, and I've got a massive collection. And it would break my heart to part with any one of them and stuff. And so it's, you know, it's a hobby like, you know, plane spotting, train spotting or whatever. You know, it's something to get people that go to football matches really become violent, or people, they cry. I have seen people cry at matches because the team lose, even though it's like it's a match that they'll play again and the other team will win next time. You know, it doesn't matter who wins this and that, but you tell that to somebody that's passionate about their team, and you know what I mean? Over here is that, you know, you can get to a stage where, you know, are you Protestant? Are you Catholic? Right, I'm not. No, I've got nothing to do with Catholics. I'm Protestant. What not? Are you a Rangers supporter? Are you a Celtic supporter? Are you a Celtic supporter? No. I don't want to be friends. That's sadly enough how passionate people can be about their thing. And some people say, well, you're an older man. You should, or older person, whatever. You should be above all that. You know, because we honestly see when you're 18. You're 21 like that. When you're 21, you're 30 like that. And when you're 30, you're 40, and so on, and 40, you're 50. The years go by quickly. So, when it comes to films and DC films, you know, the anticipation, we want it now. We want it now. You know, and so having a long, drawn-out plan for movies, you know, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. So live it. Be free, be nuts, and care less what anybody thinks about you. No matter how old you are. The next time you see an old man get shaking a dance move on the streets or doing something crazy, instead of standing there making fun, join in. Screw anybody else that of your own age group or whatever age you are. Just join it and be fun, you know, and that's it. You know, it's not a gleeky group, and I've came across gleeks. You know, I've came across some people in the last video, that, you know, like Marvel fans, and they were in their 20s and they were kind of studenty, and they all had patches everywhere. They all had Marvel patches and stuff. And I went, you don't like DC? And I went, yeah, and it was, I don't know if it's like you in the, but they're very, very posh, very, oh no, like that. It was like, well, just take a chill pill, you know. Although, this is a weird thing as well. In other countries, people don't talk to people, right? Somehow Glasgow has been known to be the friendly city because everybody talks to everyone. Well, supposedly anyway. I went to New York for a weekend, and it's totally a different reality to people in Glasgow, you know. And this is it. I think Practical Jokers shines a light on people. We can just sit down on a park bench, talk, be joyful and fun, and that's it. Share your passions. Don't go, oh, what's this young person saying? What's this old person saying? You know, we're all mentally ageless. The age of I mean, I have my partner is good friends with somebody 20 years older than her. Okay, and I would feel alright to have somebody. The apprentices I work with are like 20 years younger than me, and I would still love to get out there and actually show them how to have a good time and chill and relax and whatnot, you know, and talk about stuff that those people talk about, you know, because we've all been there. But the older you are, the more. And I used to love going out to the old men's clubs and stuff like that, because people, the older people, know that when you're going up and they're asking for a dance, they know you just want a dance and they can have fun. You go to a nightclub or whatever with people your same age, it's very, you know, why are you asking me for a dance? Why, you know, but it's just, older people can be a lot of fun. The question is, can the younger ones live up to the older ones and actually just chill out and be, you know? So that's my take on it. You know, I sometimes question, should I, my admin on my page, a girl, same age as me, you know, and she's still passionate, and she's also, you know, selling stuff like this. You know, you get all those sort of naughty sites as well when you have, you know, the naughty videos that you can somehow obtain if you're over 18. You know, you've got grandmas up there doing it. Well, bravo, grandma. You know, it is just age is a number, right? Parents, adults are all trying to just act like adults. Parents are, you know, it's all like an acting job to them, because deep down they're probably the same age as a teenager, but never be embarrassed. As long as they're happy, that's it. So for as long as I'm happy, you know, for as long as DC keeps entertaining me every year, I'll get excited. I'll wear the t-shirts, I'll wear the wristbands, I'll have my Batman up there. So yeah, so that's what? Oh, but that tasted so. Anyway, that's me clocking off. Anyway, I was going to try and do something. Oh, can't get my car started. Oh God. There we go. So no, as I say, I apologise again. Apologise again for not having a comment section. But thanks for watching, and check out my page, DC Fan Gives Hope. Thanks very much.